Okay, yay. We are live. Praise God. Okay, welcome everyone. Let me just do a time check real quick. It's 6:02. We're going to start content at 6:05. While we wait for that time, I want to let you guys know a little bit about who I am if this is your time with me. My name is Natalie Pierre-Lewis, and I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is that I help you get your business paperwork together. So things like getting registered, contracts, trademarks, all that boring paperwork stuff, I help you do it. I'm qualified to help you do it because I have been a licensed attorney for over a decade, going on 12 years now. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others. I had a pet services business for about 3 years. Hi, Sonora 066. I also have a client who is opening up his second brick and mortar store, and I have several clients who have started launching their businesses with my help. I've had many careers in the realms of law, education, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, money, or desire to go to business school or law school, but a lot of people have great business ideas. And when you have things like the internet and people like me who, like to learn things and teach them, you can make your way through it. Knowing how to establish your business legally is really important. It's going to be important for your money. It's going to be important for legal things. It's important for a lot of things. And you need to know how to set your business up. So that is what I do. If you would like to see the things I do, go check out Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Hi, Candidly Cope. That is where you will find all the things I do, like my podcast, where I interview entrepreneurs in unique areas of industry, I have my blog where I talk about, my trials and tribulations as an entrepreneur, and also where you will find my work. I write a lot of ebooks that are free for download, such as today we're going to be covering part of trademarks. So you're going to want to, download my free trademarks toolkit. It is literally the first link in my button when you hit the link in my bio. And after that, if you want to try and attempt the whole process yourself, I have a trademark training bundle. It is a workbook as well as a 1-hour video walking you through the whole trademarking process. So if you're interested in any of that, which we're going to touch on that today, as well as the Music Modernization Act, go hit the link in my bio. All right. So I think, is it 6:05 yet? Yes, it is 6:05. Okay. So we are going to start on content. I'm very excited about this. So literally just today, I was talking about it all week. They were debating it. There is something that is called the Music Modernization Act, and it was passed today. So let's go back a little bit. We all know that the music industry has changed. No one is really buying physical copies anymore. Unfortunately, our copyright system has not caught up to technology until today. There are so many cases of artists who have their music being streamed on Spotify, and Spotify is making millions of dollars, and these artists aren't getting paid for the streaming dollars. My latest interview for my podcast was with a music artist, and he explained the whole streaming payment system and how they count albums and things like that, and it's really confusing. So this Music Modernization Act is really going to kind of streamline things, okay? But before we go into the actual act, because we're actually going to go into the text and break it down, I broke it down for y'all in plain English so we know what it means. I want to let you guys know briefly what area of law this concerns. So we are talking about trademark law in here when we're talking about copyrights. There are 3 ways that you can protect your business ideas. You can use copyrights for works of art, like works of authorship. So if you write a book, if you write a song, like we're talking about today, if you write a play, piece of art, you have copyright, right? And the copyright says, this is mine and I get to say what's done with it. After that, you have the trademark. The trademark protects your brand name or your logo. And that is only if you plan on using that brand name or logo for business to make money. You can't have a trademark and just sit on it, because then it's considered abandoned. All right. Then after that, you have patents, and that is for like inventions and methods of doing things. I was actually just watching The Blacklist, and it was an episode where they, I love the blacklist. I love these like mystery things, but they were killing inventors who, were trying to patent their ideas on these like revolutionary inventions that could like change the world. And one of the scenes was this guy, he pretends to be a patent attorney and he goes to this inventor fair, and this girl, she's, displaying her stuff. And he's like, I hope you're not, showing that to people without a patent pending. Protecting your stuff is really important, because if I have a really important idea and I don't protect it and I show it to Joe Schmo off the street, what is to prevent them from taking my idea and making it their own? All right. So that is why trademarks and copyrights and patents are important. You want to protect your idea. You don't want people to make money off your stuff. Okay. And that's what's been happening in the music industry. So many artists. I was reading an article the other day where they were saying that the music industry has lost about 90% of their songwriters because they're not getting money. They're not getting money. Some people were content with just being songwriters and being in the background, but it's not making you money anymore. So a lot of these people who used to be songwriters, they now want to be in the limelight so you can get that tour money, honey. All right. But today, Congress came to a resolution that is going to hopefully help with that problem, okay? And it is called the Music Modernization Act. Now, you can find the text for this act. Literally, it's not hidden, guys. Whenever you hear of these new laws, these new acts being passed, I implore you, do a Google search, say, read full text of whatever act. Congress has it right on the internet, and you can read it for yourself, because that is where I found the statute. I didn't find it any place special. All right. We can all find these laws that are passed. It's just a matter of being able to understand what these laws are saying, because it's tied up in so much legalese. And today I'm going to break down the Music Modernization Act, particularly for you songwriters, because I want you to get all your money. Okay. So I found the text for this bill, this act, at www.congress.gov/bill/115-Congress, whatever. I'm not going to give you the rest of it. It's a mess. But anyway, I found it on the congress.gov website. Okay. And I'm basically going to read you my summary, because if I read you the entire act, you're going to be bored to tears. And we're going to go through each piece of this summary. And I encourage you guys to ask questions if anything is unclear, so I can clear it up for you. All right. So if you guys are ready to go through the Music Modernization Act, I need a thumbs up from everybody who is watching. I'll wait. Oh, give me a thumbs up. All right. I got one thumbs up. I got two more people in the room. I'm waiting for y'all. Yes, Sonora. Waiting for one more. Thank you, Joy. All right. So we are ready to go, guys. All right. So the first thing, when you read this act, the first part, they just say that this act basically is to update our music licensing system and establish fair rates and fees. If I'm going to read the beginning of the actual language for you, so you can understand why people don't read these things for themselves. Okay. So here's how it starts. Come on, computer, work with me. Yes, this is a home production, guys. Take this journey with me. All right. So it starts off to amend Title 17, United States Code, to provide clarity, modernize, hello, One True Empress, and modernize the licensing system for musical works under Section 115, and to ensure fairness in the establishment of certain rates and fees under Sections 114 and 115 of such title, and for other such purposes. So that sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook, right? We can all agree to that. Even I had to read this thing about 2 or 3 times myself so I could break it down for you guys. So if you don't get it on the first round, please do not feel like, you can't get it. It's just, it's really hard language, and it takes a lot of concentration to break through it. I kind of liken it to translation. I don't know if many of you know, but I am bilingual. My family is from Haiti. And I've spent pretty much my entire life having to translate from English to Creole to English. The same is true with legal language. I have to translate from legal language to regular English, regular English to legal language. All right. So that whole first part that I just read you just says that we're trying to update our copyright system for music, and we want y'all to get our money, to get your money. That's what they're saying. Okay. Now, this Music Modernization Act, it creates a blanket license for digital use. So as opposed to having to go to Hello Rated PG to every single artist, and every single place and get one, a license for every single person. You can get a broad license, okay, to cover everything. Now, there are some stipulations to how you can get this license. You can get a license to, now, mind you, when I say this license is to stream music, okay? A license to stream music. Now, you can get a license to stream music only if it's for private use, meaning like if you have a subscription service like Spotify, like Apple Music, like hello, Nikki Nats5. I don't know what other music's, Tidal, things like that. You would be able to get a blanket license to stream music on your platform. Okay. And it's already been, so it has to be for private use, meaning like a subscription service, and it already has to be released, meaning the music already has to be out. So if somebody has something in their vault that they haven't released to the public yet, just because you get a license for it doesn't mean you can play it if it's not released yet. Okay. So it has to be released. It has to be for private use. And the copyright owner has to have filed a copyright for the song. So if I go to the copyright office and I'm looking for the song and it's not there, I may not be able to get the license for that particular work. Okay. Or if the artist gives you express permission, you can do that. All right. So the ways, the situations where you can get this license, let's recap that. You can get a license to stream if it is for private use, like a subscription service. I don't know what else you would do with it. If it has to be already be released, or the copyright owner filed a copyright and gave permission. Okay. So that is how you can determine whether you'll be given a license. Now, you can't get a license to stream if the copy of this work is illegal. So maybe you paid good money for an actual license for this song, but the person who gave you the license never had license to give it to you. It doesn't work. Okay. So if it's an illegal copy, if the owner didn't say okay, or if the song is before 19 private use. Why does something for private use get streamed? Isn't streaming public? Okay, so streaming is technically public. However, you can't get on Apple Music and just stream music. Hello, Kulada. You can't get my Apple Music. I have to pay to get on there. I pay $9.99 a month for Apple Music. And with that, I can stream unlimited music. I can download it to my phone. Signal not good? Okay. I can download it to my phone, and I can do whatever I want with it. But I cannot then take my Apple Music, hey girl, hey Coletta. I can't take my Apple Music account and then create my radio station and start playing Apple Music. I don't have permission. That's public use. So do you understand the difference, Joy? Actually, while Joy is getting me her answer, if you guys have any questions, if anything is not clear, drop your questions and I'm going to answer them. Again, we are covering the Music Modernization Act and what this means for songwriters. We have just gone over how you can get a license. You can get a license if you are getting it for private use, meaning like a subscription service or something like that. I don't know. They haven't really specified what private use means. And if the copyright owner has given permission and it's already been released, okay? Or it's already, so let me start again. You can get a license if for private use, it's already been released or the copyright owner gave you permission. All right, so do we have that? I hope I didn't confuse anybody. All right. Sorry, it's guys, this law is brand new and I'm pretty sure it's going to change. So if you're really interested in this, I suggest that you look up the text as it goes along, okay? Because they're going to change the language. All right. So we said how you can get a license. Next, we said why you can't get a license. You can't get a license if your copy of this work is illegal. Even if you paid real money for it and so, if somebody gave it to you illegally, sorry. If the owner didn't say you can have it, you can't do it. Or if it is a piece of music from before 19, hello PL3440. If it is a piece of music from before 1972, any person who is associated with that song and managing it can give you this blanket license if it is a song before 1972. Thank you. I love the way I talk too. I think I'm pretty smart. Okay. So now we've said how you the reasons that you can get a license. We're going to talk about the actual mechanics of how you're going to get this license. Now, with a regular song, what you're going to do to copy, what you would usually do is either within 30 days. Okay, my thing just flickered. If y'all can still see me, somebody wave or something. Send a hand wave. I want to make sure that this didn't pause on me. Sorry, YouTube. I'm just making sure that Instagram can still see me because I had a flicker. All right, cool. All right. So with a regular song, this way still applies, but we're going to call it the old way of getting a copyright. What you would do is within 30 days of making a song or dropping it, you would file something with the copyright office saying, "Hey, I wrote this song. It's mine." Okay, the owner. Now, with this new license, it's different. So within 30 days, you need to send a request to the copyright owner, or you have to go through something that I'm going to go through called the MLC, which they're going to be creating. Thank you. Okay. So within 30 days, you have to file a request with the owner to get a license to stream the music. And you don't go to the copyright office. So the copyright office is no longer involved with digital music, only like the actual. So you can still go and get your music copyrighted. But if somebody wants permission to stream your music, they need a totally different license. Do we understand that? If we understand that, give me a thumbs up. Or if you have questions or if I'm confusing you, let me know. Share this with your friends, guys. Let them know, especially your musician friends. They might need this. Thumbs up. Okay, cool. All right. So digital licenses, you no longer have to go through the copyright office. You're going to go through either the copyright owner themselves, or you're going to go through this entity that we're going to talk about called the MLC in a little bit. Okay. Now, it becomes a little bit different for record companies. Record companies can get licenses for permanent. Hello, 24K Wealth Investment. Record companies can get licenses for permanent downloads. So there are licenses for streaming and there are licenses for permanent downloads. Record companies can get the licenses for permanent downloads, but they also have to keep records of how much money those permanent downloads are making, and they have to pay royalties now. Before, record companies were kind of able to kind of skirt around it. They would say, well, we don't know exactly how many times it's been streaming and blah, 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 blah. And that's how a lot of songwriters were getting screwed. Somebody joined me in YouTube. Hi, Janelle. And a lot of artists were getting screwed because record companies were just like, well, we don't know how much is being streamed, even though they got like all these records. All right. So now there is a definite license that you have to get, and you have to keep records of these permanent downloads and how much money you're making off them so you can give these songwriters their money. Now, the caveat to this is that, guys, if you are a songwriter, your song needs to be copyrighted. So you're still going to have to go to the copyright office and file something, because if they don't have it on file, how are they going to get you your money? Okay. Now, so we talked about the streaming license and we talked about the permanent download license. Streaming license is for services like Spotify. Download license is for, record companies like BMG Music. Or I don't even know how many music companies are there anymore. I feel like there's like one. And everybody has like, their subsidiary under it. But yeah, so you got your streaming license and you've got your download license. Now, If you decide that you're like, well, screw this license, I'm going to stream this anyway, I don't care, you lose any opportunity, future opportunity to get a license for this. So let's say, I'm illegally streaming, Beyonce's next album, and Parkwood finds me because they would. I would never be able to get a streaming license for Beyonce's upcoming album. Do we understand that? If we understand that, give me, I like this. Give me a star. I want a star. If we understand that, give me a star. Like the wind. Y'all here? I need a star. I ain't going on till I get my star. Somebody write star, give me a star, something. I need to know that you guys are with me. Okay, I got a star. You with me, 24K Wealth. Janelle Jones, I got a star from you. Thank you. All right. It's dense material. So, if you need me to go back on something, please let me know. I have no problem going back over this with you. Okay. Now, so like I said, if you choose to illegally, stream something or download something, then you have lost any opportunity to get a license for it. That is what this statute is saying. I'm sure that's going to change down the line, whatever, because they can want it. Anyway, now that's on the side of the person who wants to use the music. Now, on the side of the person whose music this belongs to, you need to be registered, like I said. And then you get royalties from the date that you registered. So if you wrote the song 5 years ago, but you only registered last year, you will only be able to get royalties for that year. The previous 4 years, as far as they are concerned, you had no copyright. Okay? So it's really important to protect your work early and often so that you can get all your money. Okay? Now, your payment rates have not been figured out yet. That's something that's going to come with time. They have to see, what are the proper royalty rates? I don't know. That's a lot of math, and I don't do math. But the rates have not been set yet, and who knows how they're going to set it. I'll probably do a broadcast on that later once that information comes out. Okay. Now, here is the part that I really want you guys to understand. Like I said, with these digital licenses, you're no longer going to the Copyright Office. You are going to go to something called the Mechanical License. Hello, Full Spectrum Holistics. You're going to go to something called the Mechanical License Collective. Okay. Now, the Mechanical License Collective, according to the statute, is going to be a nonprofit organization run by artists that is supported by artists. It's supposed to be up and running in about 9 months. Okay. The purpose of the Mechanical License Collective is to have a public database where, artists can list their songs and their copyrights. They can have this public database where you can see it, so it's not hard to find it. They are going to be the ones issuing these digital licenses and these download licenses. So instead of going to the Copyright Office, you're going to go to the Mechanical License Collective and say, hey, I want to use some music. Is it okay? Okay. They are also going to be responsible for distributing royalties to artists, making sure they get paid. And lastly, they're also going to be responsible for identifying music. So, if there is, this piece of music floating out there and people don't really know who it belongs to or whatever, they can do a little bit of research and find out who the creator was, the musician who created it, and figure that out and hopefully get them their royalties. Okay. So that is the MLC. So let's just go over it again. This new act is creating specific licenses for streaming and downloading. You're no longer going to, excuse me, let me back up a little bit. New license for streaming and downloading. You see, my dog agrees. You're still going to, Toby, I'm doing something. You're still going to register your song with the Copyright Office. However, If somebody wants to stream your music as opposed to purchasing your music, they're going to have to go through another organization called the Mechanical License Collective to get either a digital license or a download license. If the person chooses not to do that, they will be banned from getting a license, period. The rates that artists are going to be paid has not been set yet. They're still figuring that out. The organization that's going to be giving these licenses out has not been created yet. It's going to be, they have about 9 months to get it up and running again. Okay. Now, for you, any artists listening to this, I want you to win. I want you to get your money. If you write a song, copyright it. When you finish writing it, at the bottom, put a C in a circle, the year you created it, and your name. When you have a little bit of money, it costs about $55. Go to the copyright office and copyright your song. Get it on the books so that you can get your money. Because if nothing is on record, how are they supposed to pay you? Okay? So that is pretty much the Music Modernization Act as it stands right now. It's probably going to change. I will most likely do an update whenever it comes out. I don't see it staying the way it is just because there are a lot of unknowns. Hello, I'm Reds. But the point of me doing this is to encourage you guys to protect your intellectual property early. Don't wait for, the MLC to start doling out these dollars and you're like, oh shoot, I wrote that song 10 years ago and they've been playing it. And all of a sudden you want to get your money. If you write something today, protect it today. All right. I can help you with that. Like I said, I'm a licensed attorney. I can give you tips. I can show you how to do it quick, like the C with the circle. I can show you how to do it legally. Though these are the things that I help people with. This paperwork stuff is very important when you're trying to get your work out there. So it's important that you know how to protect yourself, how to get everything set up. Now, if you are interested in learning more about copyrights and trademarks and things like that, I encourage you to get my trademark training bundle. It is a workbook with active links and a 1-hour video training where I take you through the process of trademarking and protecting your stuff for $79. Now, any attorney who's trying to trademark your stuff is probably going to charge you a few thousand. This is a self-guided tutorial so that you can manage the process. So it is, when you hit the link in my bio, it's the 4th button down, I believe, the trademark training bundle. All right. Protect your intellectual property. It's really important. We have heard so many tales of people losing out on millions because they didn't protect their stuff or because they just didn't have control over it. Think about how many musicians have been broke because they didn't own their masters. They didn't own their own music. You don't want that to be you. You want to protect your stuff. So, if you don't go with me, find a trademark attorney in your area who can walk you through this. Protect your things. I want you guys to make sure that your ideas are protected. Business ideas, entrepreneurs, artists, they're coming up every single day. The world is getting a lot smaller, so it's really important you protect your stuff early and often, please. All right. So that is the end of my soapbox. Hold on, I have a question here. Oh, I forgot Q&A. Oh, guys, Q&A. Drop your questions. Janelle Jones has a question, said, would you suggest that for a program? What do you mean by a program, Janelle? Yeah, so you guys, if you have any questions, and while Janelle clarifies her question, I want to let you guys know again what I do. I'm a licensed attorney and I help entrepreneurs and small business owners get their paperwork together. So like registration, contracts, trademarking. I'm helping 2 clients right now do the trademark process. I do contracts all the time. I also do contract review. If you have a contract and you just want somebody to kind of read it over, I do that. If you need to learn how to copyright your songs, hit me up. I do all that boring legal paperwork that you don't want to do, and I teach you how to do it. Like just today, I was talking to my client who's trademarking, and she was asking me to help her with something, and she was like, "Oh my God, I figured it out!" And I was like, "Look at you!" It's like it feels overwhelming, guys, but when you have somebody to guide you through it, it's really not that hard. Okay. Your daughter wants to rap. Okay, well, if your daughter is writing her raps, I'm assuming she has a notebook where she keeps her raps right now. You're going to tell her that when she finished writing her raps, put a C with a circle, the year that she wrote it. So let's say 2018, and then just put her name on it, her performance name, her rap name, whatever. And that will de facto protect. Oh, guys, can y'all see me? Somebody wave a finger. Creating. You're the phone. Guys, if you can see me, wave, because somebody had called me and it paused. Janelle, creating a program for schools. Would you suggest copywriting? If it is like a written curriculum, I don't know how much you would be able to. Oh, okay, so you can see me. Awesome. So Janelle's question was creating a program for schools. Would you suggest copywriting that? And and just FYI, copyright in the terms of protecting your work is COPYRIGHT. There's another type of copywriting, COPYWRITE, but that's for more writing ads. Copyright, as in like your right hand, is for protecting your stuff. So a curriculum, if you developed that entire curriculum yourself, like it was your thing. So I remember I worked as a paraprofessional with preschoolers. It was awful, but we had to learn this curriculum called Tools of the Mind. It was an entire curriculum created by someone. And so that is something that could be trademarked. But if it's just like compilation stuff, like a lot of my stuff is compilation. I'm not trademarking that, but I will trademark my logo. I'll trademark something that came from my mind and I didn't create and came from nowhere else. You're not going to find it anywhere else. So that's what you need to think about. Can you find this anywhere else? Joy has a question. Do you need to be represented by a label, big or small, to file a copy? Absolutely not. You just go to the USPTO website and you can file a copyright. It's $55. You can go down there in person and do it yourself. It's not hard. Okay. Any other questions? Again, if you want more information, I have the trademark toolkit that is available for free download, and I have the trademark training bundle that is for $79 in my online store. It's both of those. If you click the link in my bio, you'll see the links for those. All right. So do I have any more questions? Thank you. Janelle's great info. I feel special. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you guys like 30 more seconds for questions, and then I think I'm going to close it down because this is actually going longer than I thought it would. Usually my live streams are about 20 minutes. We're going on half an hour. But yeah, guys, share this with your musician friends. Please let them know about this act that just passed. It's really, really important for the music industry. Y'all got like 10 more seconds to ask a question. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that is all I have for you guys today. DM me if you have any questions. If you want a private consultation. Did you not hear my answer? I answered you. Oh, you didn't get my answer, Joy? Your question was, do you need to be represented by? Okay, you said you asked if you need to be represented by a big or small label to file a copyright, and my answer was no. You can go down to the copyright USPTO office and file a copyright yourself. The copyright office, just go. It's $55. Or if you don't have the $55, because some of us just don't have it, protect yourself at home. Put at the end of your work somewhere on there, put the copyright symbol with the year that you created it and your name. Because that way, let's say, I don't know, you create a work in 2018 and it's a work of art, but it gets lost in time, and they find it years later, and you have a family out there somewhere and they find this work and you have your copyright information for it, and let's say that painting sells for $2 million. Because you put that copyright information, they have to go find your family and say, hey, we have your relative's work, here's your money. They have to find your estate and say, here's your money, because you put the copyright on it and said, I own it. They can't just take it. Okay. Okay. So Can people cheat on the date though? Well, not really, because if you're filing it officially at the Copyright Office, there's somebody there. You're not gonna be able to. I'm assuming that you mean back in time. So if you, let's say, okay, can you ask that in a different way? Because I'm not exactly clear how you would cheat on the date if you're going down there to file. Because your filing date would be the date that you own your copyright legally. Oh, the unofficial way. Well, why would you? I mean, I guess, but there also needs to be a trail. So we always hear about people suing big celebrities and saying, well, they didn't pay me for the song, right? And there's always some type of paper trail, either video, clips of them performing it, or something. It's going to be really hard for you to lie about when you created this, especially in this digital age, the way that we have so much content. You can't tell me that you created a song 5 years ago and there's no proof of you, no snippet, no nothing, no nothing that shows me that you created this 5 years ago. There has to be some type of record. It's not just show up there, okay? Yeah. So and understand that these licenses are great, but okay, don't share your dates with anyone. Then they can't hijack your date. Huh. I didn't even think about that, but that's smart. If you just copyright your stuff, in private, keep it to yourself. Like I said, don't share your ideas with anybody before it's protected. Then you file your paperwork quietly and there you go. Okay. So I hope I answered your question thoroughly, Joy. Do we have any more? So I can let you guys get to your Thursday. I know you guys probably want to go to happy hour or something. Okay. Oh, I'm glad it makes sense for you. Okay. So I think that we are good here. I'm going to let you guys go for the evening. Again, check out all the stuff I do at Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree. Ooh, yes. Mail it to yourself. That is such a good idea. Okay, we're going to stay on a little bit longer because 24K Wealth Investments is doing some work on here. I like you. She said mail it to yourself. That is a great idea. If you take your work and you mail it to yourself, you automatically have a date and don't open the mail. That is a great way to prove that it's yours. Y'all are so ingenious. I did that with my play. Good for you. Okay. All right. Okay. So these are really cool unofficial ways to have proof that your work is copyrighted. Mailing it to yourself. That is really dope. Y'all are smart. Okay. All right. We got a smart group here. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all talk about some more tips. Y'all got some more tips for me? Let me know. Put me on. Let me know. Because this is totally new. So I'm sure people are going to try and find ways around it. So let's talk about the ways that timestamp. Yes, the timestamp from the USPS. Good job. Good job. Great. I didn't even think about the Postal Service. That's awesome. Okay. Y'all got some more tips for me? I might put this in a book. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all go for real now. Like I said, check my stuff out. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Poor man's copyright. I love it. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Check out all the stuff I do. I have tons of free stuff for you guys to download to help you get your businesses structured properly. I've got one on business entities, money management, how to hire employees, trademarks, contracts. I've got all that for you. Free downloads. There's no reason for you guys not to get this information. Okay. So I will see you next week. Enjoy your Thursday. DM me if you have any more questions, and have a great night. Bye. Finish, share, finish. Thank you, Janelle. Let me end this. Good night. Share.